G'day guys, Disney Dave coming at you once again from Down Under with a very special book review. Today we are taking a look at a brand new book released especially for Disneyland Paris's 25th anniversary. It is of course Disneyland Paris, 25 years, that sounded more Italian than French. The A to Z of Disneyland Paris 25-year celebration book. This looks absolutely spectacular. I haven't actually opened it up and taken a proper look by myself yet. Had a quick flip through in the park and I just knew I had to get this very, very special book. Of course, there was a previous book published for Disneyland Paris, which is of course the 20th anniversary book, 20 Years of Dreams, Disneyland Paris. It's not the same book, so if you do want to go out and purchase this one, you're getting a brand new book. This one's now out of print. This one's taken its place at the parks. So let us crack into this. I'm very, very excited to take a look at it. Even the cover looks fantastic. Check that out. Let's crack into this. So here it is, the Disneyland Paris 25th Anniversary Celebration book. I believe this is some sort of limited edition. I'm not sure how many units they've printed of this. It's probably thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands, but I believe it's probably only going to be available for a limited time until at least they exhaust their stock, like with the previous Disneyland Paris book. So this might take another 5 years to sell out, and then there'll be a 30th anniversary book on the market, who knows. I really love the artwork on here. It's really shiny. You get this beautiful shimmer there in the background. Really like a spot gloss. It's like a beautiful little 25 in the background there. Really gorgeous. And of course the 25 years Disneyland Paris A to Z is in like a foil, which looks absolutely fantastic. This follows onto the spine here. We've got the nice beautiful spot gloss and the foil here as well. And then of course it follows onto the back too, which is really, really beautiful. I just love it. I love this book. It's fantastic. So this here, of course, is a slip cover. So the actual book is just on this side here, and we'll slide that out. And there you have it. That's the book insert from the inside, as well as the cardboard slipcover there, which I think is fantastic. Let's get that out of the way so we can have a proper look at this book. I love the colors that are on this, gorgeous. That's all it needs. It just needs a picture of the castle on there, some really beautiful fairy dust embellishments and all of that on there. It looks fantastic. So there's your front for that, and then of course your back here as well, which gives us a little bit of information about the book itself. Now the good thing is this book is multilingual, so you get both French and English in here, not just on the back, but it follows through the entire book, which we'll see in a moment. And basically this will just tell us that this is a book about the history of Disneyland Paris presented in alphabetical, sort of like an encyclopedia. Now, as I said, I haven't actually properly looked at this book myself. I've flicked through it very briefly in the store. So let us open the world of magic and see what's inside this beautiful book. Okay, so this is nice. I've got a couple of these other Imagineering books in my collection, and they're always so beautifully designed and produced. They've always got these beautiful like little fold out things and like little bits and pieces of memorabilia and stuff. And this book is no different. Right here, it looks like we have something, I'm not sure what it is. Ah, beautiful. It's a little passport commemorative. So commemorative passport, basically 1992. So this looks like it could be Disney 1991. This is probably some sort of commemorative ticket that maybe they issued when the park was opening, and this is sort of a replica of that. I'm not too sure. Like, it doesn't say. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it actually says here that this is a replica of the limited edition commemorative passport produced for the opening of Disneyland Paris on 12th of April 1992. Again, we've got this beautiful little foil thing going on here, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Let's slide that back in there and get into the book. Now, one thing's for sure, when we open up a Disney book, or a Disney Imagineering book, we are going to come up with some gorgeous artwork. Now, once again, if you're familiar with my book reviews, I will not take you through the entire book. I'm going to give you a little glimpse, a little view through the keyhole, just so you can get a little taste of this book, so in case you want to go and pick it up. I don't like taking away the magic and the wonder from people, because I personally love myself sitting down to a book and just indulging myself in it and soaking in all the magic for the first time, firsthand. We'll take you through quite a little bit of this book, because I know it's a specialty book and it's only available
available at Disneyland Paris. But again, for those who are actually going to go and get this book, I don't want to spoil that magic. So we get a couple of forwards at the front, of course, a little bit of information from Imagineers about the park, just a little bit of background history, and then we get into the A to Z. So the A begins with attractions. What better place to start a Disney book than attractions? So really it's going to give us a story of the attractions, sort of a history of the attractions in the park, and then a brief overview of the attractions here as well. So there we go. So just a brief look at like the attractions and everything like that. B is for boutiques or shops. And we just take a little look through the shops of Disneyland Paris. Absolutely stunning. And we've got C is for citizenship. So probably a little bit about the people who work for the park, the people who come and visit the park. D is for dreams, of course, D is for dreams. And like as I said, you've got a multilingual book. So you get it in French over here and then you get it in English over there, which is absolutely fantastic. This way they don't have to print 2 different pressings of the book and everyone can just go and pick up the one version of the book. I think it's really good. I think it's actually quite charming, especially if you've visited Disneyland Paris. Now, as I said, I'm not going to go through the entire book, but most of the book is pretty much designed like that. Some really gorgeous artwork, some great information in here. It gives you just a very quick overview. You get the idea of sort of what this book is all about. It's all about Disneyland Paris, and it's about the attractions and the Imagineers and the people who made the park and the people who visited the park and just everything. This is everything you wanted to know about Disneyland Paris. There's Walt, there's the man. Look, it's an absolutely gorgeous book. I'm loving this, and I can't wait to just indulge myself in this book properly. Again, look, I'm sorry, I really can't bring myself to give you a full look at the entire book. It's really, really stunning. And if you're thinking about picking this up at Disneyland Paris, at a Disney park, I think you should. If you just want one book in your collection about Disneyland Paris, or just something as like a little memento of your visit in the park, this is the book, because this is the most comprehensive like little encyclopedia about Disneyland Paris. Honestly, I hope that they keep this book in rotation for a little while, or maybe if they do a 30th anniversary book, it is sort of the same book and they sort of retread over the same stuff, because this is fantastic and it looks like a really beautiful, good reference book. I think this is perfect, and what a way to celebrate the 25th anniversary of such a beautiful park. I really, really adored Disneyland Paris. Had so much fun there. This cost me 50 euros, so this book market's at 50 euro. That's was close to about 90, 100 Australian dollars. I think that's a fairly decent price for a really beautiful reference book like this, and I was happy to pay it. I had to pay it, had to get this book. But there you go, you can pick this up from Disneyland Paris right now. I don't know how long it's going to kick around for, but I'm sure at your next visit to the park, you'll be able to pick up this beautiful book.
That is once again the A to Z of Disneyland Paris 25-year anniversary celebration book. As I said at the top of the video, this is only available to purchase at Disneyland Paris. So unfortunately, if you want this book, you either have to go to the park. You might actually be able to call them up and get them to send one home. I know Disney parks have this service where you can ring up the parks and say, I've just been at the park, I didn't want to buy it to bring it home in my luggage, but this is the item I want, and then you can get them to send them to you. I did that with a bunch of statues I bought from Disneyland Anaheim a few years ago. Absolutely awesome service, really cheap shipping and everything like that. So you can call them up. There'll be like a hotline for Disneyland Paris, or maybe there might be some floating around on eBay at some point anyway. It's really, really fantastic. This is the most comprehensive guide you could ever ask for the Disneyland Paris park, and I highly, highly recommend it for any Disney collection or any Disney lover or Disney parks lover. The book is absolutely fantastic. I really wish they'd publish one of these for Disneyland Anaheim. Okay, well that just about rounds up today's video. If you are a very first time viewer, first video of mine you've ever seen, you like what you've seen, you'd like to see some more, please give me some support, and after the jump, hit subscribe. To all my regular viewers, thank you once again for joining me, and to absolutely everybody out there, I hope I'll see you again soon. Until next time though guys, take care, and I hope you have a magical day.